Here we go. Third time's a charm. Sorry about that. Just need to check this. It is actually working. Should have checked that previously. But all is good. Hello. Oh, back again. Sorry. It took longer than I thought it would. I just wanted to kind of get a quick little thing. I was going to say a quick little thing out of the way. A quick little streaming. How much is your contract? You are on 16,000 a month. Cheeky baby, if I give you 20, are you happy? You're cool, I'll take that. What are you annoyed about? No, you're not even here. What am I thinking? What am I doing? Sorry, I'm all over the gap. Right, what's happened? Have we seen these? I think we've seen these. Kato got a medium concussion. What is the general vibe with that? Unavailable, 64 days, that's fine, he's not really going to be doing anything. So we have WWF Superstars of Wrestling. And then what is the... Alright, so we auto-book Superstars of Wrestling. Even though the barbershop issue was on there. Why put it on that? Why put that big of a angle on there? I'll never know. But that's fine. And what's the JCP? JCP? View. Heel. It's fine. Stinko Malenko. This. That's fine. No. Booker. That's fine. Stevie Ray. I do plan on relationships. Where's roster? So Jericho. Did I say he works? Did Chris Jericho work? I think it was Benoit that comes in at in a couple of months and then not again. Let me check. Yeah, Jericho doesn't get in till 96, that's fine. I can send you away. You can go to PWFG for a year, I think. No then, I guess. Alright. So much for sending these people on excursion. We still don't really... Is there anyone we're in a relationship with? Pacific Northwest, I think, was the... Don't feel we're large enough? No, that's annoying. Ah, forget it. That's fine. We've got a couple of boys that can be on B shows. So we have WCW Power Hour. Are we auto booking Power Hour? Yes, that's fine. To be fair, I think we can just sim to the next show. WF. What do we have? Ken Shamrock. Heel. Where is our... Check our roster. Big Ken. Send him away to USWA. Nice. So if we check out developmental... We're a few people in IWF and a few people in UWSA. That's fine with me. Just a little bit. So we have Superstars of Wrestling, which is our auto-booked show. And then I think we have Wrestling Challenge and the Royal Rumble in the same day. Just want to check, yes, audio is quite loud. Hopefully this is fine. Still seems quite loud. There we go. That seems a bit better because I feel like I'm a bit quiet. Shout out to everyone that followed recently. I feel like I don't like showing behind the scenes little things like that, but Plus, I'm not the end of the world. So we can just sim to the next show. When does someone like a Booker T come into WCW? 93. After Sid Vicious recommended they sign them. With Booker renamed Cole and Stevie Ray renamed as Cole and Kane. And then in 94 changed their names back to Booker T and Stevie Ray. Steven Regal. Happy to send you in. When does Regal come in? I'm just hoping heel's fine. No. King Kalua, yeah, let's bring you in. You a fit? I'm guessing you're a face in ECW. Running some house show? Yeah. God, you worried me there. I thought someone else had won it. When does Regal come in? The fall of 92. Regal made his TV debut on the 30th of January 93, so we've got a whole year. That's fine. Advance to the next show. So if we look at Lex Luger, what's going on with Lex? So Luger's contract only required him. Where are we on the right time? Yeah. Luger's contract only required him to work a specific number of dates, and having fulfilled them, he sat out the end of 91 and beginning of 92. Aside from one defense against Chono at the Japan Super Show, Luger did not wrestle again until Super Brawl 2, where he lost his title to Sting. He then left WCW, went to WBF, and debuted at the Royal Rumble 93. Sweet Surreal upsetting people. What's new? So WWF, that's fine. No one gets the night off. We can still be in the southeast. Booking team meeting don't need. What's going on locker room? Sherry and Sags had an argument. Dynamite Kid was brought before Wrestler's Court. Bobby Heenan has been having out with Slick. We don't need to address the locker room. This is just a quick little auto book the whole show. Shouldn't have done title matches though. What's the, if I check Papa Shango, what's the whole gimmick with this? 1992. In January 92, he was repackaged as a heel Papa Shango. The Shango character debuted February 8th, defeating Dale Wolf, thrust into the spotlight, immediately running in on the Hogan-Sid main event. Sid's manager, Harvey Whipple, jumped the apron. The referee signaled for DQ, and at that point, Shango was just getting to the ring. Wright's Papa Shango character was pillarized by fans, being the worst gimmick in most American wrestling, the Wrestling New Observer. Shango and Kirst were a total embarrassment. Fans exhaled loudly each time he appeared on screen. Shango bombed, and deservedly so. Bret Hart liked the character and Wright's in-ring work, but found the Shango storyline with Warrior to be the second worst creative concept in WWF history after the introduction of the Gobbledygooker. Fair. So what else is going on? We could probably cut some things. Put that there. Don't need a double angle like here. So if we do WWF Super Stars of Wrestling. Opening. Like 3 minutes, if that. Heenan, Hulk, Savage, Flair. Part of me is kind of excited to have the Ultimate Warrior in. Because just cool to book him. I enjoyed him as a child. I can enjoy him now, even though he is an awful person. So Coco against $1 Million Man. Let's stick Dippy Assy over. Interview with Gene Okerlund with Gene Okerlund, Liz, and Macho. We have Gene cutting a promo, Macho, and it should be easy just doing like this. Miss Elizabeth. And then off screen, let's just do Jake. Nope. That's fine with me. We have Tito against Jake the Snake Roberts. Instead of Tito, let's do Jake against Face Rudy Gonzalez. Have we done this match? Never. Good. Knock it down a bit. Stick Jake over. Interview with the $1 Million Man. Instead of with the $1 Million Man, can we instead the Dragon Bombers? The Dragon Bombers. Maybe 8 minutes is a bit long. So we have... Who's the highest? Earthquake. Fair play. Whippleman. Hart. If only you could just add a stable straight off. The Berserker, the Warlord, Typhoon. None of these boys are in it, are there? Oh no, there's Hercules. Fucking Jameson. I don't even know who Michael Porter is. I'm not against him. And the Barbarian. They can just Animal and Hawk off screen. Perfect. They have Earthquake against Bossman. Instead of Bossman, let's stick him against... Exclude already booked. Mario Mancini. 9 minutes definitely seems a bit long, but... Yeah, see, that's the problem. Video featuring Sid Justice and Hulk Hogan. And Typhoon, but we'll just leave him there. I'm fine with it to be improvised. Papa Shango against Brett the Shitman Fart, instead of just need to stop saying that. Instead, let's put him against Sonny Blaze. Nice. Interview with Ric Flair. Again, that's fine. We can just stick Hulk off screen. Typhoon against Sid Justice. That was a big boy match, to be fair. But instead, let's do a 5v5 of heel men. Barbarian, Hercules, Typhoon, the Warlord, and the Berserker against faces Brian, Jim, Kendall, Louis. Is there anyone else face here? Crush, I guess. He's on a level of that for me. Let's stick... Who of all of these... Barbarian. Does Barbarian also always wrestle as the Barbarian? I can't work out if any of these guys have like WCW personas. Ah, like Fred Ottman. Let's stick Hercules over. I like Hercules. In my head, I felt like he could have done. Like, all these people should have just been at once in All Japan. Interview with Savage. Let's stick Jake and The Undertaker off screen. Nice. And finally, let's do a 2v2. Let's have the Road Warriors beat up Heel Male, B.A. Dalton, and Chris Duffy. 9 minutes, fine with me. No. Everything good? Typhoon, Barbarian, and Hercules being used too much. That's alright with me. So to start off, we have the Superstars of Wrestling opening. Ted defeated Coco in 4:49 with a Cobra Clutch. Interview with Gene Okerlund, Miss Elizabeth, and Macho. Then Jake beats Rudy by pinfall with the DDT. Interview with the Dragon Bombers. Barbarian has a new catchphrase. We're gonna bomb you. That's what it is. Earthquake defeated Mario Mancini with an Earthquake Splash. I guess that was a storytelling match. Video featuring Sid Justice and Hulk Hogan. Decent wrestling but little heat. Brett defeated Sonny Blaze in 9:14 by submission. Flair cut a Hogan. Flair cut a promo on Hogan. The Dragon Bombers defeated Costello, Powers, Kendall, Spicoli, and Crush when Hercules submitted Spicoli with a backbreaker rack. Fuji and Jimmy Hart did some good work. We've got an interview with interview with Savage talking about Jake and The Undertaker. And the Legion of Doom defeated B.A. Dalton and Chris Duffy when Animal pinned Duffy with the Doomsday device. Is this not the show we auto-book? Is Superstars of Wrestling the main show? Was I getting confused with Wrestling Challenge? Don't tell me that. Superstars of Wrestling, when was it? 17th of January. Nope, won't count this. Go straight to show history. We had Superstars of Wrestling. Yeah, that's the main show. Yeah, that's the main show. Okay. I understand why you're unhappy. I understand why all you are unhappy. So we'll just run slap on the wrist. That's fine. The Superstars Wrestling on the 18th. What? Locks a lordy. Alright. Well, I guess we're gonna have to. Yeah, that was a bad show. I wouldn't have done that show if I knew it was a good show. Alright, that's my fault. We'll just do whatever show. What normally happens on Wrestling Challenge? Come on. Show history. So Wrestling Challenge is the auto booked. Prime time we do book, right. Whatever. Wrestling Challenge, I'll just book the Superstars of Wrestling show. That's fine. What is the time difference? An hour and a half, 1 hour. That's fine, we can condense things. Right, WCW Power Hour. Let me actually check this one. Are we running shows in Mid-Atlantic yet? No. It's Saturday. We'll still run them in the Great Lakes for a bit. No. Because this is also Clash of Champions. Let's run it in the Mid-South. Lance Von Erich has requested to hang out. That's fine. Tully Blanchard has asked if we'll be able to use him. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know why we don't have Tully. Steamboat is willing to put Dustin Rhodes over. Michael Hayes and Chris Jericho did some karaoke. Sabisco had a bit of a clash with Shivani. Ann Anderson ran some drills. Yeah, we'll do nothing. Perfect. So is this the same? Yeah, it has to be the same event. Let me just quickly check show history. Main event, yeah, we book. World Championship Wrestling, obviously. Power Hour is auto booked. So if I just auto book a no type thing, it's fine. That'll be why there was so many matches on that other one. That's going to wind me up all night, to be fair. So take this off. We have a WCW Power Hour opening. That's why it was trying to book bigger matches than I thought it was. Sorry, Lex, I thought of you. So Bagwell against Eaton instead. Stick him against Bob Cook. This match has happened. Instead, stick him against Pat Rose. This match has happened. Instead, stick him against Rip Rogers. Yeah, it's kind of happened. That's fine. 4 minutes. Bagwell over. Jobs are good. Video featuring Missy Hyatt and the Dangerous Alliance. Rude and Zabisco, Ollie, Eaton, Medusa, Austin. I guess there'll be no one unimportant. Yeah. Perfect. Book. Nice. Pat Rose against Arachnaman. Instead, let's do Bobby Eaton over Arachnaman. Never done this match. Job's a good one. Eaton goes over. If no one's ever called him Eaton Mess, just a video featuring Ron Simmons. Let's stick Steve Austin off screen. Johnny B. Bad against the Diamond Stud. Instead, let's do Johnny B. Bad, whom is a face, against heel Tommy Rich. Nice. Stick Bad over. Interview with Arn Anderson, that's fine. We can have it be on Steamboat and Dustin. Perfect. Vinny Vegas against El Gigante. Let's stick Vegas over. Interview with Harley Race on Vader and Lex. Promo, let's do Lex off screen, is that fine? We can have Big Van Vader, let's have them also just cutting a promo. And I think we can stick it on the Steiners. Van Hammer against Richard Morton. Why not stick Van Hammer over? Then interview with Paulie. Again, perfect. Let's stick Dustin and Steamboat off screen. Job's a good one. Check this. All seems fine with me. Happy. WCW Power Hour opening. An extremely short match. Bagwell defeated Rogers in 4:19 by submission. Video featuring Missy Hyatt and the Dangerous Alliance. An extremely short match. Eaton defeated Arachnaman with an Alabama Jam. Got a video featuring Ron Simmons. Bad defeated Tommy Rich. The crowd were not happy with this. Interview with Arn. Decent reaction for the crowd, but terrible wrestling. Vegas defeated El Gigante in 9:02 with a snake eyes. We have an interview with Harley Race on Vader and Lex. Van Hammer defeated Richard Morton in 9:01 by submission. And an interview with Paulie. Nice. So we have world right. So WCW gets called Worldwide. Perfect. $1:18. Perfect. Perfect. So to start the show, Ron Simmons defeats Chris Sullivan in 50 seconds. Nothing backstage. It's fine. So if we do a World Championship Wrestling opening. Do I normally call it that, or do I call it like NWA World Championship Wrestling opening? Show history. Yeah, just World Championship Wrestling opening. And let's add some of our bigger stars. Nice. Just 4 minutes, hype, pre-taped video. In the ring's fine. But, like I said, straight away we have a quick Ron Simmons win. He goes over heel, male, Bob Cook. That match we done? No, it is not. 1 minute, Simmons, domination. Eric Bischoff stands with Cactus Jack and Abdullah. Cactus says he does not fear the Steiners. Maybe he should. So we have Eric as the interviewer, Cactus cutting a promo, Abdullah cutting a promo, Abdullah off screen, Rick Steiner off screen, and Scott Steiner off screen. So what storyline is that? Big Booty Hosses. Vader, Jack, yeah. Perfect. Book. Alright, so Abdullah's working for All Japan tonight, but we do have the Steiners when we do Clash of Champions. So that should be fine. So Sting gets a 1 minute squash. He goes over heel, male, exclude already booked. Let's stick him over Tommy Rich. Why not? Quick 1 minute, Sting. Then literally straight into Rick and Scott against Cactus and Abdullah. Abdullah jabs his cane into Rick's throat. He tries it a second time as Cactus tries to straddle Rick again, but he moves and Abdullah dips his cane into Jack's nether regions. So we kind of get a little dissension between Cactus and Abdullah and Rick and Scott. Instead, can we do Cactus and Vader against the Steiners? Let's make this 10 minutes. Victor is Scott. Make this a wild brawl. Partner miscommunication? Yeah, that's fine. And then Cactus and Vader brawl to the back. So all them are in this. Vader, Cactus. Oh yeah, we need Abdullah in this. Let's just do Rick, Scott. Nope, wrong Scott. Cactus. Let's have Big Van. Nice. Let's do, instead of Abdullah, let's have Vader. Just to kind of keep this a little bit cohesive. And then let's check in on Gordon Soley. We've got new World Tag Team Champions, Anderson and Bobby Eaton. The Dangerous Alliance now have 4 titles. Lex Luger is WCW Magazine's Wrestler of the Year 91. Harley Race answers that. He says Luger has just returned from a glorious title defense in Japan. Next Tuesday at Clash, he will announce his opponent, only because he wants to. This is 118, isn't it? So, at this point, so apparently US Tag Team Champions are Ron Simmons and Big Josh. I don't know when that happened. Well, titles. That's fine, we can do that. So what happens at WCW Clash of the Champions? What is it? XVIII. Is that 18? So on this show, Steiner's defeat Vader and Mr. Hughes. Steamboat and Sting defeat Rude and Austin. So I guess we'll have to do all the title changes here. That's fine. Just having to find like a different rundown of it. Is there any way I can search Clash Champions XVIII? XVIII, what am I saying? 19? Scott's Block of Doom is like the go-to for anything like this. Oh, there it is. No, it's XVIII. Is this a solid rundown? Not really. That's fine. We'll use the other one that I found. So, right. This has Rude against Bagwell, Austin against Steamboat. That's fine. Instead, let's do a whole bunch of tag teams. Let's do a 3-way tag team. We have teams... Who is it? It's Ron Simmons and Big Josh. Face male. Instead of Big Josh, is there any other male faces? What's Muta's contract? Negotiate. Do I have to go roster? The Great Muta, he is... That's fine. I'm gonna put it, yeah, I'm gonna give it to him. I don't necessarily think there's anyone else that I want to give it to. No, not really any of the faces that I'm pushing. And I doubt they hold it for very long anyway. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do Ron Simmons and Big Josh against teams. Let's do the Fabulous Freebirds and the Young Pistols. Oh god, not Big Josh. The Great Muta. Titles, it's the US Champion, US Tag Team. Let's stick Muta over. Fine, yeah, that's all I need to do. Teams, add odd team, but just like Muta. Order name, Simmons and Muta. Individuals. Fine with me. And then we also, I don't know, I'm missing. I guess because I'm like auto booking other shows, but just one. I'm not missing out on major things. Ann Anderson and Bobby Eaton against Steamboat and Rhodes. We'll make this the main event. Ann Anderson, storytelling. Let's just make it tainted. Titles for the WCW World Tag Team. Now all the titles are up to date. So what else do we have? Race says at Clash, Luger will announce his next opponent, and only because he wants to. So considering he's out, I guess we just need a kind of, we'll put him off screen, make it an angle. I think, is Sting here? Yeah, let's add Lex and Harley Race as a supporting. It's Harley Race, character development, Lex off screen. We'll allude to the fact it's Sting just to kind of get that storyline going. Perfect. We can have that here. What else? A clip of Vader and El Gigante at the WCW New Japan Super Show. We'd also stick that here. So let's kind of do... In fact, let's just do Big Van Vader, Cactus. Just to kind of carry on that storyline. Super short. Look. That is fine with me. We can stick that here. So we would have Rude against Marcus Bagwell. We can kind of do a similar thing. So Rude goes to give Bagwell. We could also do it. Rick Rude isn't booked, is he? No, he's not champion. It's Anderson and Bobby Eaton. Are those the correct two? Yeah, that's fine. And then we could still, well, we can maybe do the main event. 4 minutes, 5, 6. So Rude wins. Yeah, straight win. Put that here. Rude gives him one more Rude Awakening for good measure as Sting runs in for the save. Rick Rude, Marcus Alexander, and Sting. About 3 minutes. It's fine here. And then we have Austin against Steamboat. But instead, I think we could do Austin against Wyndham. Who wins? 10-minute time limit expiry. So draw. Time limit finish. Is Wyndham going to be unhappy? No. Nice. What happens? They show good chemistry, and that same chemistry would only improve as time went on. Medusa wants to hit Steamboat with a chick kick, but ends up nailing Austin by accident. Medusa wants to hit Steamboat with a hit, but nailed Austin by accident. So it's not Steamboat, is it? It's Wyndham. 3 minutes. Medusa, Steve Austin, and Barry Windham. Nice. How long have we got? A singular minute. That's fine. Because Eric Bischoff, who's standing by with the Stinger, he's pissed off at the DA because at the Dangerous Alliance because they won't leave Marcus alone. He rambles on about Rick Rude and Paulie. He even admits he's rambling, but it's okay, it's the Stinger. Bischoff is with Sting. He's pissed off because the Dangerous Alliance... Pissed off at the Dangerous Alliance because they won't leave Marcus Bagwell alone. As if Marcus... Like, he was being moved around. It's like the next big thing. And ends up just being Buff Bagwell. Paulie. Let's also just do like Steve and Rick Rude. Nice. Have that to end the show. All looks good. Book and analysis. Steve Armstrong and Cactus Jack are being overused. I don't think they could ever. Is that for the titles? It is. Amazing. Let's run the show. And then Clash. Who knew all this would happen? So, World Championship Wrestling opening. Extremely short match. Simmons defeated Bob Cook in 33 seconds with a spine buster. Eric Bischoff is standing by with Cactus and Vader. Cactus says he doesn't fear the Steiners. Extremely short match. Sting defeated Tommy Rich with a Scorpion Deathlock. Ray says at Clash, Luger will announce his next opponent, but only because he wants to. In a wild brawl that is good wrestling and decent reaction for the crowd, the Steiners defeat Cactus and Vader when Scott pinned Vader with a Steinalizer. After partner miscommunication, I hope that's still there. Cactus and Vader then brawl to the back. In a decent match, Ron Simmons and the Great Muta defeat the Freebirds and the Young Pistols when Muta pins Steve Austin with a Steve Armstrong, with a Shining Wizard to win the US Tag Team titles. We then get a clip of Vader and El Gigante from the WCW New Japan Super Show. Good heat and decent wrestling. Rude defeated Bagwell in 6:14 with a Rude Awakening. Rude gives him one more Rude Awakening for good pleasure as Sting runs in for the save. Barry Windham drew with Steve Austin in 10 minutes after the time limit expired. Medusa wants to hit Windham with a kick but nails Austin in eye accident. And then... yeah, this is the main event. Arn and Bobby defeated Steamboat and Rhodes when Arn pinned Ricky after using the ropes for leverage. Arn and Bobby won the WCW World Tag Team titles. Bischoff is with Sting and he's pissed because the Dangerous Alliance won't leave Bagwell alone. Yeah, it's solid, yeah, it's about what we seem to be doing. And now we have Clash of Champions, Max Select. The only one that isn't selected is Turner Premier. Instead, we're on TBS for some reason. Canada, US. I think we could do with this instead. Yeah. Yes. Booking team. This is held on January 21st. I wonder why it's set here. Anyway. Locker room incidents. Nothing. Address the locker room. Let's inspire them. You give an inspirational speech. The entire locker room is now fired up and buzzing with anticipation. Nice. So what's going on at Clash of Champions? So very quickly, we open with our WCW Clash of the Champions 19, 18 opening. 3-minute hype, pre-taped video, all the big boys and all the little boys. Nice. Book. What's going on? The first match is Vader and Mr. Hughes with Harley Race against the Steiners. Scott's been plagued with injury. Scott had an injury plagued 91 after starting the year with a singles push. Rick then climbs the top rope, nails Hughes with a bulldog for a big victory for the Steiners. That's fine with me. 2v2. So let's basically run the same match. Let's have the Steiners against Cactus and Big Van Vader. Let's stick Scott over Cactus. Wow, bro. The next match is the Tailor-Made Man and Tracy Smothers against Brian Pillman and Bagwell. So let's do a 2v2. Instead, we'll do the Young Pistols against Bagwell and Pillman. Brian Pillman, Bagwell. Pillman drop kicks the Tailor-Made Man, letting go over the Smothers winning fall. 10 minutes, that's fine. Let's stick Pillman over and have this match steal the show. Then get a quick video showing Liger's win over Pillman for the Light Heavyweight Championship on Christmas. That is fine with me. Stick that here. 3 minutes. Jushin character development. Brian Pillman character development. I want to figure out an angle to stick there. The third match is Johnny B. Bad against Richard Morton. That's fine. We can stick Johnny B. Bad over heel male. Is anyone here that can lose? Terence Taylor. Why not? The Tailor-Made Man. Let's have Johnny B. Bad go over. After the match, Eric Bischoff interviews Pillman and Bad about their matches. Pillman was all fired up with about his rematch against Liger, while Bad blew kisses at the camera. Pillman is talking about companies from Japan taking jobs from his friends. When Pillman is finished, Bad plants a kiss sticker on the cheek of Pillman, and so the two of them kind of brawl. So interviews Pillman and Bad at the same time. Pillman can't wait for his rematch against Liger, but the two of them end up brawling. Just stick like that, that's fine. Let's have Eric Bischoff as the interviewer. Brian and Johnny B. Bad put the promo, and we'll stick Liger off screen. Nice. Next up is DDP against PN News. Page is only about 3 matches into his career as a wrestler after spending this time as a manager. PN hits a suplex and a ringmaster splash off the top for the win. Instead, I wouldn't mind doing the Diamond Stud, Vinny, and Diamond Dallas Page against face males. Let's do Gigante. In fact, let's do Boogie Woogie Man, Junkyard Dog, and Big Josh. And we'll stick... I want to stick DDP over. Nice. Tony Schiavone is out on the rampway with a bunch of WCW executives to announce the main event of Super Brawl 2, Luger against Sting. Also, the man that called the action at Super Brawl will be none other than Jesse the Body Ventura. Nice. Let's get Ventura in. Will you come in? Be whatever's needed. Yeah? Nice. Ah, he's not one to go on retirement though. So Giovanni announces the main event of Super Brawl 2 will be Lex Luger against Sting, and the man to call the action at Super Brawl will be Jesse Ventura. Perfect. So Tony Schiavone, I guess, is interviewer. We can do Sting, character development, also Harley Race. So instead, let's get dangerous. Is there any way we can remove him? Add Sting in a minor role, and add storyline WCW. The body versus the Stinger. Lex. Sting. Yeah, tonight. Is he? Yeah, he's put Major in there. That is my fault. Lex, Sting, add worker, Harley Race is supporting. Happy with that. Put that here. Let's do Sting cutting a promo then. No, we won't get that. Next up is a Falls Count Anywhere match between Cactus and Van Hammer. Abdullah gets involved, but that's fine. So next up is the Freebirds against Big Josh and Brad Armstrong. That's fine. I'm happy to get the Freebirds to do it too. And I'm also happy just not having Van Hammer do anything. Let's have the Freebirds against... Oh, not streamboo.com. Remove the space. Thanks, Practice Daria. Oh yeah, faces. Let's do... Z-Man. And who's face down here? Z-Man and Van Hammer. That'll work. So the Freebirds get a quick win. Stick Michael Hayes over. Book. So we have a video package on the Steiner and their huge victories over the years. Video package on the Steiners and their huge victories over the years. Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner, and we also do Cactus and Vader off screen. Perfect. We can stick that here. So ideally, I normally like to go match angle, match angle. Next up is Tommy Rich against Vinny Vegas. Vegas suckers Rich in with the clotheslines, hit the stake at eyes for a win. Next up is Bischoff and Paulie, who goes over that every prediction he has made has come true. And tonight, one of WCW's main guys will end up in the Magnum TA retirement home. So Bischoff is reported dangerously. Come true. Who goes over that every prediction he has made has come true. And that one more will come true tonight, that one of WCW's main guys will end up in Magnum TA's retirement home. So Heyman, dangerously, says that one of WCW's main guys will end up in Magnum TA's retirement home. So Eric, I guess we can put him as an interviewer. Paulie, cutting a promo on Sting. Magnum, Dustin and Ricky. That's fine with me. Stick that there. And then here we go with the first of 2 tag team matches that involve the Dangerous Alliance. So it's Zbyszko, Arn Anderson and Eaton against Dustin, Simmons and Wyndham. So Larry, Arn and Bobby against Dustin, Ron and Barry. So Wyndham is tagged in as all hell breaks loose, as all 6 men are going at it. Eaton attempts to hit Wyndham off the top rope, but Barry caught beautiful Bobby with his gloved hand for the victory for Wyndham and the good guys. So goodies wins, take this maybe like 15 minutes. Looks like it's Barry Wyndham that wins. That is good with me. Nice. It's main event time. It's Sting and Ricky against Austin and Rick Rude. Jim Ross is joined by Ventura for his first ever broadcast in WCW. So we can have interview with Dustin, Ron, and Wyndham, who says they will put an end to the Dangerous Alliance. Perfect. So Tony Schiavone is the interviewer. Dustin cutting a promo. Barry Windham cutting a promo, and Ron Simmons cutting a promo. Just on Paulie, off screen, Larry, Rude. Don't need to do all the boys all the time. Put that. Interview backstage. Stick that here, and then oh no, that goes here. In the main event, Sting and Ricky against Austin and Rude. Sting, Ricky Steamboat, Steve Austin, and Rick Rude. This is like 22 minutes. The Stinger makes a desperate tag to Steamboat, who clears house for a while. As the match came to a crescendo, Austin had Steamboat set up for the backbreaker and setting up for another one when Sting dives off the top rope onto both of them for a monkey pile-up winning fall for Steamboat and Sting. Ventura is going wild as to why the heck referee Nick Patrick counted 2 guys laying on top of Austin. So Sting wins, make that storytelling. After the match, Rude delivered 2 rude awakenings to Steamboat and then started to whip Steamboat with Paulie's belt. Security guys enter the ring and are beaten to a pulp by Austin and Rude. Sting puts himself on top of Steamboat to take the whippings instead of his fallen partner. Aww. After the match, Rude and Austin beat up Steamboat with Sting trying to take the blows for him. Little does everyone know The real reason I auto-booked the WWE show was just to sabotage them. What's going on? Steve Austin is being used too much. Never. I do want to quickly do a Tully Blanchard match, taking on face. Let's have him take on Koloff. It's a little fun, old school WCW match. Stick that here. Let's do an angle just of World Championship Wrestling advert. See, that's the problem. Sting's just going to move further and further down. And I will hire Tully Blanchard as soon as this is over. Perfect. This hither, and all is good. Ooh, what the creative ideas. Junkyard Dog has a creative idea, a character idea. Roster, Junk. Where would we? Creative idea. Deploy. Yep. Affiliate. Sweet. Cool. Carry on. As you were. So we start off with the Clash of Champions 18. I'll get there opening. Wild Brawl, which had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. The Steiners defeated Jack and Vader when Scott pinned Jack with a Steiner screwdriver. Actually, am I able to add another match now? Yes. Where is King Kalua going over heel, male? Can we stick him over Dick Murdoch? I actually like Dick Murdoch, but I feel like he is a good contender. Book. Nice. Mine's title. Nope. For a title. Yes. How long can we need to cut 11 minutes? Ooh. Nice. Nice. Cut 2. Nice. Stick this here. So Lua comes out with the NWA World Heavyweight title and challenges anyone from the back. King, character development. Dick Murdoch, character development. It's 2 minutes, storyline. National Wrestling Alliance. King Kalua, Dick Murdoch. Fine, all is fine. Book. Yep. All is good, we have enough time, put that here. I want to check something, world. So, there is only Ron Garvin. Do we have Ron Garvin? We don't. That's fine. Where is Ron Garvin? Doing nothing. So I kind of want to... I want to build Kluwer up. I want him to beat former NWA champions. So who can we have? We have Tommy Rich, the Briscoes, the Funks. I doubt it's yeah. So Jack Briscoe has left the business. No way to talk to him. All right. Gerald Briscoe is working for the WWF. It's not runs kind of retirement. Bunk. Terry, obviously we can bring in. Everyone thinks it's an excellent idea anyway. Bring him in a handshake for a year. Story. Still wrestling. Handshake for a year. I'm willing to make King Kalua a heel. So he's working as the Hawaiian Hurricane. We can explain this as it's a push into Hawaii by the NWA. Does he at all have a better picture? No. What if I search for him? King Kalua. I mean, he doesn't look awful. And by the looks of it, he's kind of still maybe wrestling now. Or at least he was in 2021. Yeah, there's the main picture of him, the one that we have. That's fine. We'll just push him. Just be this is what it looks like. The Hawaiian Hurricane. That's cool. I just wanted to kind of call out Alliance titles. Anyone that was formerly in Tommy Rich. We don't have Tommy Rich. Oh, we do have Tommy Rich. Jesus. Not going well for a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Anyway. Yeah, it's initially put him over. Is Tommy Rich wrestling? He's not. Storyline. National Wrestling Alliance. Ad worker. Thomas Rich. Book. Oh yeah, stick the NWA World Heavyweight. No. Stick King Kalua over. I know you're extremely unhappy, Tommy Rich. I'm extremely unhappy. What's your contract on? You're on 400. Let me give you 2.5k, not 25,000. The potential issue is that Tommy Rich is unhappy. I know, man. But it comes with the territory of being a former champion. Like 10 years ago when you were 25. For 10 days. Poor guy. Just to lose to Harley Race again. That's fine. Got a video package on the Steiners and their huge victories throughout the years. Extremely short match. Pillman and Bagwell defeated the Young Pistols when Pillman pinned Armstrong with an air Pillman. A video showing Liger's win over Pillman in Christmas '91. Sorry, I'm just itching my leg there for you. Oh, noise. Johnny B. Bad defeated Terrence Taylor in 322 with a Wild Thing. Kalua comes out with the NWA title and challenges anyone from the back. Ignore the fact it's Dick Murdoch. Kalua defeated Tommy Rich in 10:02 by powerbomb to make defense number 1 of the world's heavyweight title. Bischoff interviews Pillman and Bad at the same time. Pillman can't wait for his rematch against Liger, but the two of them end up brawling. Junkyard Dog sustained a badly herniated spinal disc. In a decent match, the Diamond Mine defeated Big Josh, Jimmy Valiant and Junkyard Dog when Dallas pinned Jimmy Valiant with a diamond cutter. We got a World Championship Wrestling advert. Good heat, decent wrestling. Tully Blanchard defeated Ivan Koloff in 10:18 with a slingshot suplex. Schiavone announces the main event of Super Brawl 2 will be Luger against Sting, and the man to call the action will be Jesse Ventura. The Freebirds defeat Z-Man and Van Hammer when Hayes pinned Van Hammer with a bulldog. Bischoff is with Paulie Dangerously, who goes over that every prediction that he's made has come true, and that one more will come true tonight, and that is that one of WCW's main guys will end up in the Magnum TA retirement home. In a good match, Simmons, Wyndham and Rhodes defeated the Dangerous Alliance when Wyndham pinned Zbyszko with a superplex. We got an interview with Dustin Ron and Windham, who say they're going to put an end to the Dangerous Alliance, but that's followed up in a superb match with Sting and Steamboat defeating the Dangerous Alliance when Sting submitted Austin with a Scorpion Deathlock. After the match, Rude delivers 2 Rude Awakenings to Steamboat and starts to whip him with Paulie's belt. A bunch of security guys enter the ring and are beaten to a pulp by Austin and Rude. Sting puts himself on top of Steamboat and takes the whippings instead of his fallen partner. 74, Pop in 11 regions. JYD is probably going to be out the rest of his career. We made $1 million, happy with that. Popularity recap, getting back up in America. Nice, happy with that. And now I can put my jacket potato in the oven. Oh. I hope everyone's having a good day. Oh. Go on, King Kalua, let's give me a rundown of you. Debuted in 83. He occasionally wrestled as Doink in NWA New Jersey between 95 and 97. I forget it won't say his accomplishments anymore, will it? Oh, he's been in semi-retirement. Oh no, it does. He was ranked 328th of the 500 best single wrestlers in 92. He has never been oh no. I was reading National Championship Wrestling. Yeah, he was never any kind of NWA champion, which is annoying. Shame about JYD. So people thought WCW was good. People liked Clash of Champions. We'll have to wait. Power Hour. Decent, although hardly spectacular. So WCW viewing figures got 500,000 people. Power Hour got 31. Clash of Champions got 6,000 viewers on TV and 464,000 pay-per-view buys, which gets it to 470,000. Sting likes Tracy Smothers. Bagwell. Zbyszko isn't a fan of Bagwell. Zbyszko isn't a fan of Van Hammer. Jody Hamilton likes Michael Hayes. JYD is going to be out for over a year. So we need Tully Blanchard just straight away. I doubt you go to the WWE, so let's get you on a exclusive written for a year. Nice. In my head, I felt like there was other people I needed, but we'll get through it. And then, so main events tonight, that's fine. If we go to WWE, what else is tonight? Pay rise from Keith Hart, yeah, whatever, Keith. Whatever you want, mate. So we have the Royal Rumble and Wrestling Challenge tonight. Ooh. That's fine. I'm going to book Wrestling Challenge. This will be the last thing I book in this stream. But I want to do it before I forget. Where's the best place to be for Royal Rumble? Price State, probably. Locker room incidents. Mustafa caused an incident when he antagonised Luke so much that a fight broke out between the two. Gerald Briscoe gave him a stern warning. Rick Martel has a creative finish. Pat Patterson has been complaining about Tony being the senior road agent. Rudy is being influenced by Ted DiBiase. That's fine. Right. So let's try and squeeze everything into this wrestling challenge. So we have the Barbarian against Randy Savage. I am fine with doing that match and having Randy go over. Vince tells us that Brett had the flu, but would still defend the IC title. But still defended the IC title against the Mountie, but ended up losing. Is the right date? 18th. Yeah, the Mountie's the champ. Alright, it has been vacant for a while. Right, cool. Terrified with it. So we have WWF Wrestling Challenge opening. I think I kind of jumped the gun with giving the Mountie the IC title, but that's fine. I think Piper wins it at the Rumble. Perfect. Have this happen. It is a pre-taped hype video. In the ring is fine, improvised. So, what's going on? We hear from The Undertaker and Paul Bearer vowing to win the Royal Rumble in an insert promo. So, The Undertaker, Paul Bearer. Let's stick Randy Savage off screen and Jake off screen. Perfect. We then get the WWF update with Gene Okerlund. Found out the Mountie is now IC title after Brett defied Doctor's orders and defended it and lost in a house show. Mountie shocked Brett after the match, and Roddy Piper ran out for the save. Brett is now out the Rumble match, but Jack Tunney is making the Mountie defend the belt against Piper at the Rumble. Which kind of carries on that storyline. So if we do Brett, Roddy, the Mountie, and Funny Jack Tunney. 3 minutes backstage. We can be improvised, I don't mind. Brett said... Oh, a bit backstage. Brett said at the time he did not care about dropping the belt to the Mountie, but was upset because he was unsure of the direction he was going in afterwards, and thought he would end up discarded. Brett was also talking about WCW and Brian Pillman and said he was making more than Brett in WCW. Brett said he was told a few weeks prior to the show airing that he would in fact end up winning the world title at some point in night 2. There's Virgil beating B.A. Dalton. Instead of Virgil, let's do Hercules beating Brian Costello. Stick Hercules over, make it a domination. Insert promo promising to give Repo Man the whooping he deserves. Vince showed us an article on Sergeant Slaughter in WWF magazine. We then have the Nasty Boys against Dale Wolf and Robert Taylor. 2v2. Let's do the Nasty Boys against Face Mail. Exclude already booked. Let's put them against Ross and Keith Hart. So they kind of keep beating up Von Erich. Staff. Let's stick Road Agent as Pat Patterson. Perry, Von Erich promises to get revenge on the Nasty Boys. That is good with me. Perry promo, and then Brian Sags. Or Brian Knobs. Jerry Sags. 2 minutes. We see an interview from earlier this week as Auckland welcomed Hogan to the interview platform. Hogan talks about all the tough challenges he has overcome since winning the title in 1984. And then we see some of his feuds. He says that Hulkamania will live on forever. So Hogan, yeah, okay. So Gene is the interviewer. Hulk cutting a promo on Ric Flair and Sid. So what are the storyline? Nasty Boys, that's fine. Stick Kevin in just while we're there. Stanker Buffalo, that's fine. Snakebite, that's good. Sid and Hogan, that's good. Jimmy's loyalties, that's kind of Animal and Hawk against the Bombers. IC title, that's good. Fair to Flair, that's Hogan, Sid, Flair, Savage. Perfect. Bushwhacked, awful feud. Barbershop window, I understand why it's called feud. Make this 3 minutes. Hogan's unhappy. Oh, you can be unscripted. Perfect. We then have the Berserker against Scott Bazzo. It's fine, the Berserker can get a win. Instead of that, let's do the Berserker and Heel Mill. Is anyone down here? Nope. Let's do the Berserker and Typhoon against Face, Mill, Louis Spiccoli and Rudy Gonzalez. We don't necessarily have to worry too much, because obviously this is a B show. Replay of Shawn Michaels attacking Marty Jannetty on the barbershop. Shawn Michaels and Marty. Stage, 2 minutes. Nice. Royal Rumble report Gene Oakland will learn that Marty Jannetty is out the Rumble, and we will hear from Shawn Michaels. Michaels says the Rockers are dead and he was sick of carrying Marty and gave him what he deserves. So Gene, interviewer, Shawn Michaels, cutting the promo, and Marty off screen. Perfect, perfect. Jake gets a win in 2 minutes. The Snake. Gets Face, Men. He can beat Crush. In fact, he can beat Virgil. Jake Roberts goes over. Here from Sid Justice, who warns Jake to stay out of his way in the Rumble. Sid warns Jake to stay out of his way in the Rumble. That's fine with me. Sid Justice cutting a promo. Let's have Jake on character development, and then Hulk off screen. And Randy Savage off screen. Again, put this to about 2 minutes. And oh, that's the end of the show. Perfect, we can make stuff a little bit longer. Because I feel like some angles only get certain grades if they're about, in my head, 3 minutes. Unsure how factual that actually is. All this seems good to me. And then we'll book the Royal Rumble on the next save. Next save? Next stream. It's coming tomorrow. WWF Wrestling Challenge opening. In a bout which had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Savage defeated the Barbarian in 6:57 by elbow drops. By the flying elbow drop. The Undertaker and Paul Bearer are in an insert promo, vowing to win the Rumble. Brett is now out of the Rumble match, but Jack Tunney is making the Mountie defend his belt against Piper at the Rumble. Hercules defeated Costello in 1:24 with a full Nelson. Kerry Von Erich promises to get revenge on the Nasty Boys. In a bout which had subpar wrestling and a non-existent crowd heat, the Nasty Boys defeated Ross and Keith Hart, when Nobbs pinned Keith with a trip to Nastyville. Hogan talked about all the tough challenges he's had to overcome since winning the title in '84. The Dragon Bombers defeated Spicoli and Gonzalez when Typhoon pinned Gonzalez with a running splash. We then get a replay of Shawn attacking Marty on the barbershop. Shawn says the Rockers are dead and he was sick of carrying Marty and gave him what he deserved. Jake defeated Virgil in 5:36 with a DDT, and Sid warns Jake to stay out of his way in the Rumble. Nice, a solid B show, and then we have the Rumble. So if I quick do automatic selection, what's NBC? Commercial terrestrial channel. And that is instead of this huge pay-per-view provider. I'm happy with our selection. No booking team meeting, incidents. Dynamite Kid and Jerry Sags got into a huge row. I think that's real life. And it's Inspire. The whole locker room is fired up and buzzing. But with that buzzingness comes the end of the stream. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for everything. It means the world whenever I look at stream stuff or YouTube stuff. So, yeah. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Look after yourself.